Hello everyone, this is Karan Singh from Optimal Loans, and on today's video, we'll be discussing the famous FHA Loan Program. I know there's a lot of confusion out there. We as banks and financial institutions don't really make it easier. Sometimes we make it complicated. So this is my crack at explaining the FHA Loan Program. But before we get started, I want to talk about two acronyms that we must all understand before we can understand any loan program. LTV, which stands for loan to value, which is a ratio. I haven't taken algebra in a while, so if you haven't either, what a ratio is pretty much is comparing these two figures. It's comparing the loan to the value. So the simple formula of this would be you would take the loan amount and you would divide it by the value. So for example, if you're purchasing a house for $100 and you're putting $5 down, your LTV is going to be 95%. Moving down to the DTI, which stands for debt to income. Same thing, it's also a ratio, and they're comparing your debt to your income. So this figure is expressed it's expressed in a monthly figure. So if you're going to take up all your debt, so that's your car payment, your student loan, your child alimony, your mortgage payment, yada yada yada, and you're going to take that and you're going to divide it by your total income. So for example, all of your debt is $3,000, including your mortgage, and your income is $6,000, your DTI is going to be 50%. Okay, so now let's get moving and start talking about the actual program. So FHA program is a very famous program for the first-time home buyer. So if you're a first-time home buyer, this is a great program for you because it allows you to purchase a home with only 3.5% down. So for example, in the Bay Area, if you find something for about $650, which is probably here in the East Bay, maybe it's a 2 to 3 bedroom house, depending on where you look for it. But if you were able to find something for that price, the down payment you would need is about $22,000. So it's a good program. But here's the thing: whenever you put less than 20% down, okay, and your LTV is above 80%, the lender feels that it's a risky transaction. So they charge you something which is called an MI, which is mortgage insurance. And typically on a FHA, the MI is 0.80% of your loan amount. So on our case that I just discussed, $650,000, about $22,000 down, your MI would be around $400. Ouch. Sounds like a lot, right? But it's not a definite number. It's not going to stay there forever. You can refi and get out of it, okay? So we'll talk about the pros and cons after. So moving forward, you have that, and you also have something called an upfront MI, which is a one-time charge. It's 1.75% of the loan amount, and this is a one-time charge. It's financed into your loan. So you won't have to bring it to the closing table. It's gonna get financed into the loan. Again, it's a one-time charge. So why would somebody get into an FHA program? First of all, it's minimum down payment. Secondly, it allows you to have a higher DTI. Traditionally, on a conventional loan, the highest you can go is 49% on your DTI, debt to income. That means that your expenses cannot be more than 49%, right? So, but if you are doing an FHA, you can actually go up to in some cases 51 to 52%. Or higher. It all depends on what the system gives back, depending on your own particular scenario. So it allows you to qualify if you have like more debt. So those are the pros. The cons are definitely that MI and the upfront charge. The upfront charge, like I said, could be financed, but the MI you will be able to refinance. So if over the life of the loan, you've had it for, let's say, 3-4 years, you've paid down your mortgage, and your property value has gone up as it is today's market in the Bay Area. What's going to happen is as when your LTV goes below 80 or at 80%, you can go to the lender and say, hey, I want to refinance. So when you refinance, you can get into a regular conventional mortgage, and then your MI would fall off. So again, a very good program. It's with a minimum down, and it really puts people in homes. So if any of this was insightful to you, please comment, share with your friends, and like our videos. Until next time, this is Karan Singh from Optimal Loan.